Tell me about this Zawinul show you're doing.
Well, it's going to be, what, Thursday, 8 o'clock, 29th of September. What do you want to know?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that song, but we are going to do a remark you made. And I've been playing that song for a long time. I think it's the best tune. But the challenge was I separated all the parts, made sure the bass part was separate, piano part separate, because Joe plays all his counterpoint. The way I play it myself. I play all those parts. So I separated the sax out, separated the bass out, separated the piano out, and right now I'm actually thinking about using two keyboards because he plays electric piano and acoustic piano, and you know I can do that effect with MIDI, but I'm thinking I should play two pianos. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to try that next. But anyway, we got another week before concert.
Who's in the band?
We have Mark Griffith on drums, who is a recent transplant from Florida. And interestingly enough, in Florida, he's a regular member of, coincidentally, the Jaco Pastorius Big Band. And he's off to Japan in November. Jaco Pastorius Tribute Big Band, or Big Band Tribute Band. Anyway, they're going to Japan with a couple of special guests in November. And they do like the whole Jaco Pastorius Big Band book, which is really interesting. I was kind of asked them what they do. They do a couple of tunes. They do Remark and they do Cannonball. So anyway, it's really cool to have him in the group because he's familiar with
Cred.
Yeah, music. He's familiar with the music. He knows what I'm talking about. In fact, it was his idea. Can we do Black Market? I'm going, oh God, man, another song. Okay, let's take a look at. Can we do Cannibal? And I'm going, oh my God, I got to learn that. Okay, Cannibal. Let's try Cannibal. Oh my God, I started learning those songs, and they are so amazing. It's just they're so delicious. I can't get them out of my head, and I have trouble playing them. It's like we're going to go to the gig and we're going to play Cannonball, and I'm just going to want to play it another 4 or 5 times before I'm done with it because the song is so beautiful. I mean, wow, that's really funny. And what's really funny is that, okay, so next, Devin Phillips is playing saxophone with us. He's my friend. I play in his band, and he knows how to storytell on his saxophone, like few people that I know. And I play in his band, and we do a lot of the Herbie Hancock stuff, a lot of the Headhunter stuff, and he storytells. He makes it believable. It's amazing what he does. It's not like I'll get up and play a little bit of bebop for a while. No, he gets up and he wails. It's like a jam band, which is really what Weather Report was, and he's really effective at that.
Weather Report was a jam band?
Kinda.
In what way?
Well, initially, Weather Report, I think was, okay, so Joe started his own band after Cannonball, after his experience with Miles. He wanted to start the best band on the planet. Actually, I have a friend who was offered, can you be in my band? I'm starting the best band. I'm going to have the best band. We need you to be in the best band on the planet. And he goes, whoa, wait a minute. What are you talking about, best band? Anyway, it was an affront to him that it was like, oh, we're going to start the best band. My friend's name is Al Mazon. He's actually the first drummer. And I think there was some issues with him getting on board because he was offended by the idea that it was going to be the baddest band or the best band. Anyway, I got that. I don't really know Al Mazon that well, but I played with him and we did discuss that. I've read that in interviews, but I love the way Al plays, and I love that first record. But a lot of the way they made that is they just played for a while, and then edited stuff together. They were like little heads, little bits and pieces. A lot of the way they did the Bitches Brew, which is a lot of, they had vamps, bass lines, and like little cues that would take them from song to song, or in and out of a song. So it was like a lot of it was like a funk jam, like a Parliament Funkadelic. It was a lot pieces of it were put together like that. It's modeled after that. It's not like it's not like a big band arrangement. A lot of times they sound like a big band. It's not like a big band arrangement. And it's certainly not bebop, even though those elements are there. The way the music is constructed, it's a lot of.
So, all right. So people are familiar with those tunes, and now they sort of know how some of them developed. Then what do you do with them?
Well, we're trying to be kind of true to the essence. We're not. I mean, this first time out with stuff. So I mean, how do we? I mean, we can't really storytell and develop it past what Weather Report did. We're just trying to do the music justice, because the music really does play itself, and that's kind of good enough. I mean, I think that if there's a way that this takes on a life of its own, we can move from there. But we very much want to be as. We're not doing like exact stuff, exact transcriptions of solos, but the tunes are as close as we can get them, because they don't need any help. That music is so beautiful.
Who else is in the band?
Okay, so also we have Damien Erskine, who plays bass. Wow, he's a terrific bass player. He plays with Gino Vanelli here in town, and oddly enough, he's going to be a special guest with this Jaco Pastorius tribute band going to Japan. Wow. And both he and Mark are looking forward to that, because they have some other features. His uncle,
yes,
Peter, and they're also going to have Richard Bona. Well, no, don't. We're not going to have Richard Bona, and we're not going to have Peter, but we do get to have Damien, and we get to have Mark Griffith on this thing. So those guys they have enormous respect for this music, and it's taken on a life. Plus, Damien has some interesting stories because of his exposure. Going to see his uncle's band and stuff. He has some interesting takes, and very helpful. I saw the band back in the day. And Damien saw the band when he was younger, much younger. And I asked the Portland Jazz Festival folk if we could have a percussionist, and they conceded. So we have Rafael Trujillo, my friend, plays in my salsa band. Marvelous percussionist. He's going to join us as well.
So it's a quintet.
Yeah, quintet, percussion, congas, bongos.
What is it? What is it? Do you think about Weather Report that really just gets people?
Oh, I think the writing is magnificent. Those tunes, I can't get them out of my head. It's a boom, I think because of the position that the band was in, Joe and Wayne were able to get some of the best players of the day. I mean, Miroslav Itus, Alfonso Johnson. Oh, come on. I mean, that guy, what? Is there a better bass player? And he preceded Jaco, who of course wanted to join the band. Apparently, he was itching to join the band for more than a year, and he approached Joe and said, "I'm the best bass player on the planet. You need me in the band." I don't know. That's sort of. I've actually heard about guys doing that, but I know Jaco really believed in it, but also. Alfonso Johnson, I played with, this is one of my favorite people, but I played with a singer for a while. He was a Broadway actor and singer. And we used to play various places in Los Angeles, and I played on a couple of his records. And anyway, this fellow, Carl Anderson, who has since left us, we're doing a gig in Santa Monica, and he says, "Ramsey, I want you to meet my friend." And I'm going, "Cool, man." And he says, "Oh, this is Alfonso Johnson." I'm going, "What?" Anyway, yeah, I'm playing with Weather Report now. I'm going, I didn't know they had a singer in Weather Report. No, Carl was singing with Weather Report, and Alfonso Johnson was also playing as well. They had many members of some of the best musicians on the planet, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And Alfonso was, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm going, "You're Alfonso Johnson." Anyway.
So this is a big challenge for you, or is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this music is about the hardest music, I think. I don't know. I mean, it's orchestral. The music is magnificent. Yeah, this is a huge challenge. In a way, I don't know why. Why I had so much coffee. In a way, I don't know why. Why didn't I do this before? Well, I've picked out tunes to play that are Joe's and Wayne's tunes. And that's one of the reasons why this is not such a leap of faith. But to just go do a Joe, tribute, or to do a Weather Report tribute where you limit yourself specifically to that material, That's like, well, I didn't come up with that idea. That was their idea. That was Portland Jazz Festival. They thought that would be a good idea. So I'm going like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool. Because it would never have occurred to me. I mean, in the life that I live, I mean, Weather Report's great. It's wonderful stuff to learn. It's been an inspiration because I am a synthesizer player, and I've paid attention to lots of his sounds. I know, a lot of his synthesizer repertoire in terms of the sounds. I mean, I kind of got after that stuff when it came out because it's very, very important. But who's? I mean, you're not going to get the gig, so why bother to learn like every tune they play? Who's going to take the gig away from Joe? I don't think that's going to happen. Well, Joe's gone, and it never occurred to me that there would be room in life for a Joe Zawinul tribute. That's what kind of interesting, What a guy.